Hello guys, this is Charlene Cheng. I assume you have already know how to build up the connection with SQL Server. If so, let's get started. In this video, I'll talk about how to execute the SQL task and make the SQL task really do something which could change the existing database or creating some databases. So firstly, let's drag an execute SQL task. When I right click and go edit, the dialog window gonna show up. Remember previously we set up we made up a SQL statement like select star from an non-existing table. But this time, we're gonna firstly build the connection between the SQL Server, and then we're gonna write some real SQL statement. So firstly, we select the connection type. You have so many choices, but for this one, we're gonna focus on the normal DB. Then you can select the connection when you click the drop-down box. So the north one is what we have already created from the previous video. So I just use it as my connection. So then you can write your SQL query here. However, what I want to see is make sure your query works well before you put it here. So what we should do is you have several choices, like you can just open your SQL Server Management Studio tool from here and test your SQL query from here. Or what you can do is you click the tools and select the SQL Server, then click the new query. After that, it will let you select your connection. So this is my server name, so I'm gonna use this one as my connection. You can do the same thing. So here I have already created a query. So you can write up your SQL statement from here, and you can just test your SQL and make sure they work. So currently I can see the insert into demo1 values 1 just work, and when we select start from the demo1 table, I can see I have 5 rows. So all the rows value 0 or value 1. Then I know this SQL query just work. Then I go back to the execute SQL task and click the edit. You can copy your SQL query from the script here, or what I gonna do is I gonna write it up. Values, this time I'm gonna give it number 2. Click OK, and then you can just right click again and click the execute task. So you see there's a green icon that means it just runs correctly. And when I go back to my SQL query and select star from demo1 again, make a good guess. So we're gonna have 6 rows and the new row values 2. So let's verify. Ta-da! Yeah, so that means the previous execute SQL task just work as what we designed. Excuse me. After we got the execute SQL task work, we can add a flow task, and we use the precedent concentrates to connect them together, and maybe we can put them into the SQL container. And after that, I can right click the SQL container and just click the execute container. Then we can just verify or run all the tasks that inside the SQL container, the sequence container. So it works fine. Then let's take another look at what if the SQL task doesn't work very well. So I open the dialog window again. I gonna change the SQL query, like I gonna change the name of the table. I had a lot of O's here. So because we don't have the table which names like this, then when we try to run the execute SQL task, we can imagine that it won't work and it will have troubles. Yeah, so after you got a trouble like this, there are several ways to debug it and troubleshoot it. So firstly, we can see there's an output here, and you can see there's error message and task fields. It will tells you that when you execute this query, it filled with some error. So it's invalidate object name demo 0000. So that means you can change the name, or the name has some issues in your SQL task. So that another way is click the progress. You can see, you can look for the red dot here. It says execute SQL task error, and actually it says exactly same thing as the output. So after that, you will have an idea of what's going wrong, and how would you change your execute SQL task. So let's go back and click the control flow, and then edit it, and then change it back. The previous name is like demo 1, right? And then click OK. So when I execute it one more time, it would be fine, right? It's working again. So this is how you execute the SQL task and how you troubleshooting your execute SQL task.